Okay, so this is a picture here. This is me actually filming. What do you think about a film that you'd watch, a short film that's got lots and lots of light in it? So you can see that it's not happening in the real world, but it's got lots and lots of light in it.
Oh, I know this one. It's got a zombie in it.
No, but what I'm filming though won't have a zombie in, so you don't have to worry. See the way this was filmed? It had lots and lots of lights in it, so it was very, very bright, and it had a haze machine that makes like it smoky.
It's a good idea, but
What about?
dark characters. It's a bit like
Let me show
the
you.
City of Ender, but the opposite of being really dark.
Like this here. So you can't really make out if it's happening, you know,
If it's
where
all
the
smoky,
surroundings are. So you're looking at the person who's acting, and you're looking at what they're doing more. That's what the story's about. What's happening there.
Why not, Oliver?
I don't like it because it's like, I think it should be like a city or like countryside.
Do you not think it would make it more like a fantasy?
No,
I guess
he
I
puts
guess
it in
if-
the countryside.
I guess it will like, if they're trying to be like, you know, like a hole or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I guess that would be great.
But would you watch one anyway, just to see what it's like? If you thought the story was nice, like it had like magic goggles in, or it was like Doctor Who, or it was like Spiderwick Chronicles, or something like that. If it wasn't a long film, would you watch it anyway?
Yeah, I guess I'll give it a chance.
You give it a chance.
Daddy,
Good. Yeah?
you know that film where there's like a zombie, like, I think he's like chewing his fingers.
Oh yeah.
And it's like crunched.
Oh, with his big teeth. Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, you know Pan's Labyrinth? In the Spanish textbook there was a
He's
picture
a zombie.
of him.
Mm.
Apparently it originated in Spain. And then the one we have, is it translated or is it actually in
It's got subtitles on it.
Ah.
See, Pam's Labyrinth. Yeah, I think that's it.
It says you were 2 and you were actually 5 and you ran out of the room crying. 'cause you were
Yeah,
scared.
I wasn't crying.
I thought it was terrifying, but I like the story now.
Yeah, that's so cool. How's this?
Once upon a time, between a tock and a tick,
Have a look at this and see what you
became
think.
man in a day. The watchmaker's son learned his father was sick, years after inheriting his trade. So in a day he made a watch in his shop that he locked, fashioned from the best bronze he could find. He put it in a box, custom made for pocket clocks, and made sure it was easy to wind. He marched up Ghost Hill on a path overgrown, weeds and dead trees all covered in snow, to an old rustic cottage where a man lived alone. It was the old watchmaker. The son bowed real low. He handed the watch to his father, quite ill, eagerly awaiting the praise.
Oh, I don't like it. 10.
What do you think's unusual about this film then? This little film you're watching now?
And the characters don't say anything. And you all seem to have their blue glasses on.
I'll trade this for a cup of tea, I will. How long do you plan to stay?
The son, in shock of his father's reply, had nothing at all to say. he said goodbye with glistening eyes and left with much dismay. And then he designed a watch so divine that it took a month's worth of pay and time to make. With a silvery shine, it precisely kept time, even at the bottom of the lake.
Do you notice how it's a bit like a poem? It's saying a poem about the story.
There's lots of music.
Do you like the goggles he's wearing?
In a satin red bag with a bright silver tag,
What's this
the
thing?
watch was packed nice and neat.
Got it today.
The rich village hag said even she would brag, and she is not known for being sweet.
He said the watch that he made will work even if you're at the bottom of the lake.
He marched up Ghost Hill to the place of his birth, but this time he knocked on the door.
The first was a novelty. This one has worth. Enough for 1,000 cups of tea. Or more.
See, this film is about 8
The
minutes
father
long.
did smile to look upon his child, and the son thought his watch was a winner.
It's been a while since I've seen such work. But I traded for a roast beef dinner.
The son, full of rage, sold the shop his father made, and built a watch of emperor's gold.
Yeah, they got a very nice farm.
No box or bag to keep it safe, so he placed it in his hand to hold.
Sounds like Professor Layton music, doesn't it?
He marched up Ghost Hill, his life in his hand, and was robbed by a wraith in the night.
That's like the monster you draw, Thomas. The black one. Oh, is it?
It's a blue one.
He chased the thief across the land for 7 days and 7 nights.
I lost my shop. A watch. My worth. All because of my father's quest. My skill will never surpass the first. He's a craftsman. I'm a novice at best.
At the cottage where his sick father lay, the watchmaker's son stood still. Outside the door, he had something to say. He just was gathering the wind. He finally knocked on the door as he did once before, and it broke his father's heart.
I was robbed on Ghost Hill. A watch worth much more. Because of you. I'm falling apart.
Said the father to his son.
You must come in at once. Let me tell you a secret of mine. I am proud you are your father's son. But all I ever wanted was your tongue.
The watchmaker's son learned that dinners and teas teach men to be grateful and still. So every night they enjoyed each other's company after working in the new shop on Ghost Hill.
film's about?
I like how it's watches and he says that all he wants was some time because he was ill.
So what do you think that story's about then?
A poo face.
No, Thomas, that's not what the story's about.
What Jen?
There's a monster.
Tell us then, Thomas, what was the boy making and the man making? What were they doing?
Making a watch.
Making a watch. And do you think, and what happened when he walked up that hill? Something bad happened to him.
There was a zombie.
It was a zombie. It was a wraith, which is a bit like a ghosty man. And he stole the watch. And what's the moral of the story, do you think? What do you think the story's about at the end?
To stop and see.
What did the man want, the old man?
He wanted some time.
He wanted some time.
It's a bit like what Daddy said about Spiderwick, Thomas, how what he really wanted was right in front of him.
He wanted to spend some time with the boy. He wasn't worried about how much it cost, or all the money and all that sort of thing. But do you think that was a good film? It was only 8 minutes long, so it's not anything, it wasn't a long film. What about you, Ollie? Did you enjoy it? Fun? Why
I
didn't
like the beginning.
What about the fantasy bit at the end? Just when it said the end and there was that magic. No? Not your cup of tea? Why is that then?
I liked it.
I don't know, I just like this.
Is it because...
He was born in the technical era.
Was it because... Was it because of the way it was worded, the poemy bit?
I don't think you were following Oliver, you were half following.
I don't know. I like the bit at the beginning. It's like, oh, Professor Layton.
The music-y style, it sounded like Professor Layton. Right. So why do you like Professor Layton?
It's like so
awesome.
mysteries.
Okay.